Hey guys, so welcome to another edition of our Stocks by Request videos where I tackle the top stocks that you guys requested via social media. But this video will be different because as I did the end of my Jollibee video, as you all know, we do a live chat during the premiere of the videos. We had Carlo Ople. As you all know, Carlo Ople has guested in the vlog several times. He made a request to talk about BDO. So that's what I'm gonna start off with in this vlog. Let's talk about BDO. We're gonna analyze BDO and maybe some stocks in the banking industry as well. Comment below if you guys want me to analyze other banking stocks as well. But I want to analyze BDO as a whole. By the way, if you're new to this, my name is Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader, investor. I've been investing in the markets for more than 10 years now, and the whole goal of why I've been making videos like this is really I just want to educate more and more people with the rudiments of stock trading, stock investing, because I just want to teach you guys that, hey, using fundamentals or using technicals is one of the greatest ways for you to be able to analyze charts, that you're not just basing everything on news, you're not just basing anything on speculation, on forecasts, or on what other people are telling you, because everything you need to know is either found on the fundamentals, and in this case, for this video, the charts, technical analysis. So, super appreciated. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and smash that bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing, about the stock market. And if you get any value from this, super appreciate it if you could like the video. Now, I want to talk about BDO, but as I talk about BDO, I want to talk about also the banking industry as well. And let's try to put a bit of somehow, some way, let's try to put a bit of how does this coronavirus impact the banking industry. So, as you all know, banks do trades. There's banks have treasury departments where they trade either the bond market, the forex market, the stock market, and they get sums of money from it if they do things right. However, another source of revenue for banks is they generate money via loans. Oh, please do remember that a large chunk of the earnings of banks is via loans, meaning banks lend out money to businesses, to institutions, to people who want to buy houses, to people who want to buy cars, personal loans, credit cards. Banks lend money. As banks lend money, they make money off of loans. So please remember that that's one of the fundamental ways where banks would normally earn. So what you need to realize is this. So there will be some pros and cons to this. If the coronavirus would drag on, if the coronavirus would continue and we would be on lockdown, meaning the growth of the people getting the virus does not taper down, and we see more and more infections over the next few days and weeks. If the lockdown continues to drag on, it means that a lot of people won't have earnings. A lot of people won't have the ability to earn. A lot of businesses also won't have revenue. So, what does that mean? Those businesses might have loans, and since money is not coming in and some of their expenses are fixed, that may mean that, hey, some of them may actually default on their loans. There might be some people that may not be able to pay for their cars. There might be some people who may not be able to pay for their condos or their houses, or there might be some people or some businesses also that, because their business was not doing well to begin with, or even if it's doing well but they might be uber aggressive, uh, if this drags on for a long time, no revenues coming in, they might have to close down as well, and it might not be a good scenario for them. So that being said, when they start to default, again, there might it might lower the revenue of these banks, and this is across the board. This is not just BDO, this is not just BPI, this is not just Metro Bank, this is not just even the smaller banks up until Security Bank, AUB, PBB, etc. This is across the board, all of the banks as well. But here's the thing: uh, if the lockdown somehow finishes in the next few weeks, that it doesn't take too long, then it gives the vast majority of employees, the majority of a lot of those business establishments, and the vast majority of people who took out loans to still have the ability to earn. As they have the ability to earn, they have the ability to pay. And there's a possibility that the earnings might be lower, but it's not a big threat on the bottom line as well. So that's what you need to watch out for. And I think that's one of the biggest impact of the coronavirus and the lockdown as well, there might be a threat in terms of the earnings of the banks because banks normally earn via loans as well. But as of this video recording, please do note that banks are functional, banks are standing strong, banks are okay. They have a skeletal structure though, but you can still take out your money, you can still make loans, and you can still invest as well. That being said, let's look at BDO. If you remember the chart of Jollibee, similar the one I posted yesterday, you will note that I created a large drawing of Jollibee's uptrend, something similar to this. And if you do note, for Jollibee, you will actually find out that Jollibee's upward trend was broken. Similar to BDO, as you can see here, this entire uptrend that I drew started from the 2008 slash 2009 crash when it started to reverse upward. That being said, this was a very, very large upward move. By the way, this upward move of BDO, oops, sorry, I got the entire chart. This upward move of BDO was around, let me just show it to you guys. This upward move of video was, whoa, somewhere around the 470, or if I increase it, it's around the 480 up to 500% increase, no, from its low. So it was around 25 pesos all the way up to 160 plus. But that being said, the decade long uptrend, similar to Jollibee, is already massively broken. Even though, if you, for those who like to analyze stocks and trends, no, even if you do that, this entire sideways market, if you look at it here, there was a breakout from the 107 level in 2015, but it did not push through. It started to go down again, but somewhere in 2017 it started to break out. After that, it started to move sideways. The long support around the 107 level, how do I know this was a long support? Resistance went down, then finally broke out, and boom, started to go up as well. Then it hit this high 164 around 2018, then it started to retrace down, but being a strong support, boom, it started to bounce. Now, this is how you know what we are experiencing today is something that's different. Why? Because it was strong enough to pierce this 107 level, which is a very, 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 very strong support. That being said, let's analyze BDO from where it is right now, and where does it stand in the grand scheme of things. So looking at it from a very, very long support and resistance level, it broke down the past few days. But if you look at it also, as of the last trading day, it tried to make its way up, make a breakout, try to solidify itself. That's why it's very, very important for those who attended their Stock Smart sessions. What I always tell people is, when you look at support and resistance, above and beyond looking for a breakout, above and beyond looking for it as something that is legit, one way for you to know that it is really a functioning new support is after the breakout, it holds its level. But look at it from Friday, it opened still above the support, but if you follow what happened, you will actually see that, hey, it now started to push lower, it now started to go down, it's now lower from the 107 level as well. So if it's now lower from the 107 level, there's a possibility that there's a narrative that if it does not go above this level, this is now the new resistance again. That being said, short-term perspective, just looking at it from the short term, this area could be a new retracement level. So a couple of things that you need to watch out for from a support and resistance level. If the stock stays above the 107 level, or at least over the next few days stays above this level, then there is a shot, a possibility, a narrative that it gets to push up until maybe here to the 140 level. If it has enough buying and if this level starts to solidify. That being said, if it does not, then there's a narrative that it retraces and it goes here where the short-term level is. If for those who are following the trend, please do note that for those who know what this means, up until this time, BDO is still pretty much below the zero level. If it's below the zero level, it's telling us that, hey, there's still no upward trend that's forming. And if you look at it from this level, even if I try to draw a trend line here, this area, it also shows you that, hey, a signal to sell. What happened just between the end of February? Number one, it failed to break this resistance. Number two, this upward trend was also broken, which, if I try to look at it, coincides with its downward push here as well. So this equates to this, telling you that, hey, that we are not in an upward push, because MACD is confirming that it's below zero. MACD confirming it's below zero is telling you that, hey, it's not actually in a bullish trend yet. So for those who are position traders, as of this point in time, as of the recording of this video, there's still no upward reversal yet, specifically for BDO. If I lace in the 200-day moving average, it's not yet there. 100-day moving average, it's not yet there. 50-day moving average, it's not yet there. 20-day moving average, it's not yet there as well. So next thing that I'd like you to analyze is, I'll try to remove all of this first. You can possibly look at it from a support and resistance level. So just using a shorter time frame, this is how you could possibly segment support and resistances there. So again, predicated that it stays above the 105, 106, 107 level, your short-term resistance, you could peg it here at around the 133 level, or for those who would use moving average, you can use this also as a reference point for you to determine where the resistance is. And looking at it from this level, you have a resistance at around the 120. This one confirmed by this, and this as well. So should there be a short-term resistance, you can peg the 120 as a resistance level for the stock. Then the next resistances, should it continue to bounce, will be 134, 151, and 159 pesos per share as well. We are at the 11-minute mark. I'm going to try to analyze other banks as well, but comment below if you guys are learning from this. Hit the like button if this is adding value to all of you as well. And for YouTube to show more and more videos like this to more and more Filipinos, because I really believe that if you grab a hold of analyzing charts, it will give you a glimpse, that it's easier for you to understand charting, it's easier for you to understand technicals just by looking at the charts as well. So video, I want to go and I guess maybe talk about the big three na lang. You have Metro Bank. If you look at Metro Bank, this is the support line that got broken. All of the moving averages are still pretty much consistent. No, it's still pretty much bearish. If you look at MACD is also bearish. What we do know for Metro Bank is this: it's now trying to form a base here. So please remember this: the movement upward of Metro Bank is contingent on it holding above the 35 peso level. If it holds above the 35 peso level, then hey, it has a shot to challenge the 20-day moving average, which is around the 46 peso level. If the 35 peso level, 36 peso level does not hold, then there's a possibility that it may go much, 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 much lower still. And if you look at it, we're zooming out as far as we can. So what I think, should there be a longer retracement, there could be a retracement to the 28 peso level. So if you note it also, what I want to look at here and what I want to specifically show you, should selling happen, next possible area where it gets catched is to the 28 peso level. But if it bounces, 35 bounces, please remember the specific resistances, 46 and 58, with a stronger resistance at the 58 level, as that was the previous strong support. For those who attended our Stock Smart sessions, you would know that when a strong support is broken, it now also becomes a strong resistance for the stock. Now, we did BDO, we did Metro Bank. Should we do BPI as well? Let's see. I made a video about this. BPI hit 50. When it hit 50, the dividend yield of BPI was so interesting already. But anyways, this is a major resistance for BPI. It's a 76.8 level. Another resistance that I could put in is around the 67 peso level. We have a base at 50. Now, analyze trading plan. Number one, it's already close to the resistance. So if this week BPI does not break out from 67, if BPI this week would go down, it's mainly because if you try to analyze it, the upside here is much smaller than the possible downside. What does that mean? There will be people who bought at its lowest who will probably earn around 30 to 35% because they're trying to do a quick trade. There will come a point in time where people who bought low will also take profits. And when they do take profits, and as you all know, the reference point, it's very close to the resistance level. When they do take profits, because please remember also that un, uh, there's still a lot of uncertainty in the markets. Markets went up last week because the U.S. government injected 2 trillion pesos, 2 trillion US dollars worth of money in the markets, and every time you see injections like that, it's very, very good for bonds, very, very good for stocks, very, very good for paper assets. That being said, that's what jolted the markets higher. That being said, also, we have to see if that's sustainable. That being said, also, a lot of people bought lower. A lot of people, when there's uncertainty around, they would also want to lock in their gains. So, if BPI goes down, it's something that you should not be surprised of because it's close to the 67 peso resistance level. So if it does not go above the 67 peso level, then there's a chance that it could retrace back to 50. But if it breaks out of the 67 peso level, the next possible resistance, target price, possible area where it would go to is the 76.8 peso level for BPI as well. So we talked about BDO, we talked about Metrobank, we talked about BPI, and we also talked about how this impacts the banking market as a whole, or how the coronavirus, how the lockdown would impact the banking industry. If you guys want me to talk about Security Bank, Union Bank, PNB, and uh, I don't know, China Bank, AUB, or any other banks part of the Philippine Stock Exchange, please East West Bank to comment them below, and I'll make another set of videos for them so that this video is basically Carlo Ople yung video na to para sa'yo. If you have not seen this, I hope that you see this. If you're following Carlo Ople, please notify Carlo Ople that this video was based on his request to do a BDO video, and we just added BPI and Metro Bank into the mix as well. So comment the banks that you want me to analyze further, and we're gonna make more videos off of that. Comment below if you're learning, like this video, if this is something that's adding value to you. But I guess I just want to end this right now, that if this is something that's helping you, I hope that doesn't just remain as insight, but this is something that helps you analyze your stocks as well. Because the reason why I'm doing this videos is not just for me to give you data, but it's for me to show you that it can be done, that you can analyze this also on your own. That's why, if you notice it, I don't give stock picks. I give you stock analysis so that you get the way I analyze it, so you can replicate it. And that's the strength of all of this. I don't want you to rely on me for you to be able to buy and sell stocks. I want to give you the strength so that you get to analyze it on your own, so you get to win on your own. Because at the end of the day, there's so much information available out there, but it's not just about information. I want you to have the information and the confidence to act, because at the end of the day, winning in the market is all about having the conviction and having the confidence to act based on the information that you have. And that's all I ever want. I want to see this generation of Filipinos do well. I want to see this generation do better. I want to see this generation, when everyone's so scared, when everyone's so frightened, when everyone's panicking, that you guys know what you're doing. You guys are are fearless when everyone is fearful, that you guys know what you're doing when everyone is scared and panicking. And I want that for people following this channel, that there's a sense of calmness, there's a sense of you guys know what you're doing, that are un you guys are prepared and unfazed regardless of what's going on, because that's what's going to keep you winning. When you panic, you will always lose. When you panic, you will rely on your emotions, and you will make decisions that are based on fear, that are based on raw emotions. And the way for you to be able to win is that you base everything on logic and strategy, and you stick to your plan, and you don't follow what other people are telling you. You don't even follow what I say, but you follow what your analysis is telling you. So if you're asking me what stock to buy, the answer that that you should pose to yourself is this: what is my, is this what is my what are the parameters that should cause me to buy this stock? If you don't have that parameters on, then you don't have to buy that stock. If you don't even know what parameters to use, then you should not be buying yet. You should be spending this time, this lockdown, to build your knowledge and build your skills. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helped you. If you want to know more stock charts, I have a playlist called Technical Analysis. You can look at those charts. If you want to see the previous stocks by request that I posted, it was Jollibee just a few hours ago as well. And then tomorrow we're gonna make more and more and more charts. We're gonna use this time. That's why I've been calling this lockdown learning, because during the lockdown, this is the best time for you to learn. So Marvin Germo, I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.